Okay, could I ask everyone to please rise for a salute to the flag? Please remain standing for a moment of silence. I'd ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the brave servicemen and women serving our country, both here and abroad. Thank you. Please be seated. Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Here.
Councilman Martinez.
Here.
Councilman Gregory.
Here.
Supervisor Schaefer.
And I am here. So 4 are present. Councilman Sweeney is still recovering from his back operation. He told me he expects to be here at our next meeting. I'll leave that over there. This is the October 22nd, 2025 meeting of the Babylon Town Board. For those of you here for your first time, the meeting is divided up into 3 sections. First is dedicated to the public hearings. There are 2 public hearings scheduled for today, so if you're interested in addressing the board on either of the public hearings, we ask that you fill out a card and file with our town clerk. Second portion is dedicated to the agenda. There are agendas on the table up front, so if you're interested in addressing the board on any of the items listed on the agenda for that, we ask you to fill out a card as well. And third portion is the open portion. That's when residents can come forward and address the board on any matter concerning town government or town services that is not on today's agenda. When you do come forward, please state your name and address for the stenographer's benefit, and we ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes. If you're watching us on our YouTube channel on October 22nd at 3 p.m., we're live. You can click on the link. That'll take you to today's agenda. You can send a message to any one of us with a question, comment, or concern, and one of us will get back to you. If you're watching us at a future date and time, that link is still live. You could utilize that to take a look at the agenda and to send a message to any one of us about a question, comment, or concern. So with that, we'll go into the public hearings. First public hearing is public hearing reference to amending the Code of the Town of Babylon, Chapter 213, Zoning, Article 20, Renewable Energy Facilities. I don't have any cards, so take a motion from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Martinez, to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. Second public hearing is public hearing reference to amending Chapter 2, Article 2, Section 2-2 of the Town of Babylon Uniform Code of Traffic Ordinances. I don't have any cards, so take a motion from Councilman Martinez, second by Councilman Gregory, to close and reserve. All those in favor? Opposed? Hearing is closed. Decision reserved. That's it for the public hearings. We'll go into the resolutions and to the cards. I have, and I hope I have Mr. Gamashi, Esquire, attorney for Kalman Singh.
Good morning, members of, good afternoon.
Just pull the microphone closer to you and just state your name and address for the record.
Prem Ganshani, 55 North Broadway, Hicksville, New York, 11801. I'm the attorney for Mr. Singh, Karamveer Singh. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon.
My client is out of country at this moment. I know there has been here, this is for boarding up the premises. There was an inspection held just an hour ago. There were only certain things my client needed to finish so that the rental permit application could be approved. I'm requesting some time be given so that the needed work to be finished and the premises be re-inspected and the rental permit application could be decided on.
So how long have you represented Mr. Singh?
Actually, he's a friend of mine, and I've been for his hearing a couple of times.
I'm sorry, you've been?
I've appeared for him a couple of times before the village court and in the district court.
Right, and over what period of time?
Maybe a year, I would say.
And do you know why you've been appearing for him?
I know there was an issue with the rental permit.
Issues singular or issues plural?
Rental permit was the issue, as I'm aware of, because there was no rental permit. And last week, I think the tenant was also advised to move out of the property, and the property has been vacant since then.
Right. And how long has Mr. Singh owned the property?
I'm not 100% sure about it, but could be more than a year or more than 2
Well, it's
years.
definitely more than 2 years, because I've been dealing with this address for at least the last 6 years. When is he returning?
As I know, he told me that he would be returning first week of November.
Okay. The day he returns, he can readjust to the time difference from wherever he's returning. And then the next day, he needs to be here with a meeting with me and the staff that's been involved in this issue. We're going to proceed with the resolution today, so we're not delaying this resolution, but we're not going to take any action based on your request here today, with all due respect to you as his attorney.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But quite frankly, I want to meet Mr. Singh because we have had to deal with a lot of games being played on his part.
I'll make sure that
So if you're his friend and attorney, you need to give him friendly advice
I will.
that, you know, again, when you disrespect, we are known to work with everybody, but he has outright disrespected the process and disrespected the staff members that have worked with him or attempted to work with him. And he's disrespected the neighborhood.
I'll make sure.
So
that-
make sure you relay that to him. Mr. Rosario is the Assistant Deputy Town Attorney. So you need to schedule that meeting with him, and that will be held in my office the day after he returns.
Oh, sure.
If he doesn't keep that commitment, then we will proceed with the resolution, because we'll have the resolution already approved.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
I'll meet Mr. Rosario.
Thank you.
And get.
Jose Monteroso?
Hi, good afternoon. How are you?
Good. Good afternoon. Just
Good.
please state your name and address.
My name is Jose Monteroso. My original address is 65 Clement Street. My
I'm sorry, 65?
Clement Street,
How do you
Glen
spell?
Cove, Clement, Clement.
Clement Street in Glen Cove.
Correct.
And
That's
you're-
my residence.
Right, that's
And
where you live.
Correct.
Right, you're here, though, on resolutions.
Over 72, yes, Lincoln Avenue in Wandage.
Right, you're here on resolutions 704 and 705,
Correct.
because we're authorizing emergency cleanup of these properties.
I'm trying to clean it up. I already started cleaning it up. I just needed a
So
little.
what's your definition of trying?
I'm doing already.
No, I'm asking you to explain what's your definition of trying. What is it that you're doing?
There was a boat in front of the property. We removed that boat, and we're removing whatever we can just to make, to compliance to what you need.
And these properties, are they vacant, or are they, do they have a house on them?
They have a house. That's why my architect recommend me, maybe we can pull a permit to build a garage.
I'm sorry, what does that have to do with the cleanup?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just working, nothing. Just
You threw me off
yeah,
there for a
yeah. I'm
second.
sorry. Yeah, my architect said we needed time to pull the permit.
How
and
long
everything.
have you owned the property?
I own the property maybe for 3 years.
3 years? And what have you done with the property over the 3 years? Does anyone live in the property?
Yes, my daughter lives in the property. I have the property.
daughter?
Yes, we own it. We have the property. My daughter lives, and the next door I have an empty lot, and I just next of the house.
You have
I
an empty lot.
An empty lot. Yes,
Right.
so we use it the same for the house.
Right, but the question is, why are we here to do an emergency cleanup?
That I don't know. I don't think it's an emergency. I just have I have 2-3 containers there.
You have containers of what?
Yeah, on the property for my personal items.
Storage
A
containers.
storage container. Yes, I didn't know they needed. Maybe I can pull a permit to have that in my property.
And what are the storage containers for? Because they're only allowed to be there a certain amount of time.
Yes, I didn't know.
I don't know how they do it in Glen Cove, but we do
Yes,
it
correct. We don't have a land in Glencoe. Very tight.
very tight,
They're
right?
very tight. We don't have for that purpose. So here I put the containers. I maintain it nice and clean. I have everything is clean.
Okay. we're gonna approve these today, but what I would suggest you do is see Mr. Klusner.
Oh, okay.
He's in charge of, I'm sorry, Jorge? Oh, yeah, do you have something to offer? So I'll ask Jorge Rosario to come up.
Yeah, no problem. That's what
He's from our town attorney's
Yes,
office.
correct, yes.
Good afternoon, Senior Assistant Town Attorney Jorge Rosario. Good afternoon to Town Board. We've become very well aware of this property. We've gotten a lot of complaints. The gentleman talks about keeping personal items. We were called into this property last Thursday at about 8:30 or so in the morning.
Oh, was this with the tractor trailer?
There was a tractor trailer, I have video, there's an 18-wheeler tractor trailer backed into the vacant lot, unloading like a commercial establishment.
And what were they attempting to unload?
And they got to unload about half of boxes full of items that would go to restaurants, like cups, knives, forks, stuff like that, that were in these boxes, putting them into containers on a residential street.
Which property?
It's known in our records as Zero Lincoln because it's a vacant land next to the property that he discusses, which is 70 Lincoln, which his daughter is the owner, which the gentleman also, what he did is even though the lot lines go straight back, he cut off 70 Lincoln to make more storage for these giant containers. You would think you in an industrial area. And so while this 18-wheeler was there, I proceeded to tell the gentleman, get the trailer out of there. It was halfway done, told her this is not the kind of place for this. They closed up the 18-wheeler and moved it out. Then they proceeded to put some of the items into the container, and this property had been previously placarded by Inspector John Norris from Code Enforcement, so these people that he had going there were violating that order. There was, like you said, there was a boat there that was just, it looked like it was falling apart. Anybody could have gotten hurt. That had to get removed.
That was on the vacant property or the house property?
On the vacant property.
Okay.
All
right, so could I just ask the gentleman, so if you would come forward,
Yes.
and if you wouldn't mind, I got the text messages early that morning about the tractor trailer.
Correct.
I'm sorry?
Bye.
No, I got the text messages from the neighbors who were asking why a tractor trailer was unloading on residential property. So could you explain that?
Yes, correct. Also, because we own a sushi place, and we buy our own things and we storage. That's what we do. We have a sushi place.
Well, what does that have to do with the residential property?
I thought that's my personal items. It's just boxes of the empty,
For your business?
Correct.
So you want to store your business items on a residential piece of property? So again, I don't know how they do it in Glen Cove, but obviously if the properties are
Correct.
small,
Yes.
you don't have the ability to store your business items at your house in Glen Cove, correct?
Yes. You're right. You're right.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you own any other property in the town of Babylon?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No,
Thank
it's a
God.
first,
Okay. So I think you need a lesson on how we do things here, and that is following the code. I don't mean to sound like a smartass, but quite frankly, it seems as if there's been issues here. So what I'm going to save you the time. The resolutions are going to be adopted today for us to do the emergency cleanups. We're about 2 weeks behind in terms of doing them. You have a week to work with Mr. Klusner to come up with a response and figuring out how to get the properties cleaned up within the next week before we go in and bill you for it. And he'll give you an education on what the town code allows you to do and not to do on these properties, and then we'll take it from there. How's that? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. And Ron will see you. All right. Kevin Hession.
Good Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Hession. I live at 40 Ridge Road in Wheatley Heights, and I'm here to address the Bristol Technology Park, which you guys are planning to build in my backyard. I went down to Rich. I spoke to you in person about the concerns I have about the poison gas. I just got the environmental report, and did you read this yet? Yes, no? Not a Q&A, okay. I read it says no further analysis is expected. No further quantity analysis are expected. No significant adverse air quality impacts are expected, and you're offering us all an air purifier for our home? 1 million gallons of diesel fuel burnt by idling. At least the report tells me it's only 400 or 500 trucks a day, not 12,000. What are you building? I don't know what you guys are building. Are you building a warehouse? Are you building a storage facility? Are you building a gym? You know, you're going to have problems with the environment. I told you about the water being poisoned. You say it's, it's 500 feet outside the contamination zone. The Suffolk County well on Circle Drive is one of the cleanest wells that Suffolk County Water Authority owns. The 72 acres of wildlife, once you start, plowing that place over, you're going to have all the wildlife just going to the surrounding community. I also told you how that gas is going to go down to the 28th Street into the surrounding Wyandanch area. You say tax expenses. We give you a lot of money each year to manage our affairs, pay for the police, pay for the garbage, pay for whatever. And this is going to destroy our quality of life. It's going to destroy our air quality. It can destroy my peace of mind. I'm not going to get any quiet at night. Right now, Little East Neck Road is a traffic jam without this being there. You build this, you build the Kennedy Airport. You think Little East Neck Road's going to handle that traffic? You have almost 3 ways coming in and out of this, but you only have 1 way over Little East Neck Road, a rail crossing to make a right. You say you restrict traffic, not to go north on Little East Neck Road, not to go behind my house. Will that count for all the vans that service this facility? I'm not talking 18-wheeler trucks, I'm talking service vans. What do you guys plan on doing here? You say you're going to build something. You can tell me you build an incubator, just say that. As far as the community solar, bottom line is this. You can generate X amount of dollars through that system. Lilco's going to give it to the builder, and you can do whatever you want with the money. How are you going to parse it up? If you can give me a nickel on my electric bill and tell everyone that you gave me help. It really doesn't amount to much, and it's not worth it. This is a really bad thing, Rich. It really is. I'm screaming, I'm running around with my hair on fire, nobody's listening to me, using words like sulfur, hexafluorides. I don't need to have a doctorate in chemistry to tell you that diesel fuel is poisonous to my health. I don't have to tell you that losing this nature, you call it the Pine Lawn Cemetery, call it the Wyandanch Nature Preserve. I think you should just leave it the way it is. You say you get additional revenues, specifically for the school district and surrounding areas. Maybe you have additional expenses. Maybe you have to provide another fire substation. Maybe additional police patrols will be needed there. If you pour 72 acres of cement, have light, sewer drainage, even with the fields, and water spigots, you've created a zone for habitation. People could just live here and just, become a real burden to us. If you build it, they will come. And I implore you just not to build it. I like it just the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Susan Thompson?
Yeah, my name is Susan Thompson. I live on 3 Devon Lane in Wheatley Heights. And I'm sorry I missed you, Mr. Schaefer, last night for the information on the candidates. I wish you had been there.
Yeah, I was on my way back from Albany.
Yeah, but Mr. Kwame O'Farrell was there, and I guess he wasn't in Albany yesterday. I'm just here because I'm opposed to the building of the industrial park in Wheatley Heights off of Little East Neck Road. The traffic right now is really congested during rush hours. It's really hard to get out of Charleston Road in the morning if you want to go left or right. People are coming down from, somewhere further down in Babylon to go to the LIE, and it's very hard to make left turn, right turn. In the evening, it's after 2 o'clock, between 2 and 7, it's really hard to get out. If you want to go to the Southern State, you make a left turn, you have to wait maybe 15, 20 minutes to go across Long Island Avenue because of all the traffic, and of course the trains are coming and going. In the morning, if you want to come from 110 down Long Island Avenue to make a left into Little East Neck Road, again, it's very hard because people are coming on Little East Neck Road from further out in Babylon. I don't think that this putting an industrial park in this area will be advantageous to the people who live in the area. As the gentleman said before, there are going to be a lot of issues with animals and ecological issues. I don't see what the problem is with the town of Babylon thinking that they are going to get extra money from the industrial park. Right now, all of the houses in Wheatley Heights are going for upwards of $800,000. They are usually little rent wars to buy a house there. There is a house in Wheatley Heights listed at $2.9 million. I don't see what the problem is, and that you're not getting enough money in taxes from us. Lastly, that is a cemetery there. I don't know. I know you must know that there are people buried there. There are, so they say, Native people and former slaves buried there. I oppose this construction totally.
Thank you. Teresa Wallace? Teresa Wallace? Yes.
Teresa Wallace, 19 Foxford Drive in Wheatley Heights. Good afternoon, members of the board.
Good afternoon.
I am here representing over 1,400 people who have signed the Change.org petition opposing the proposed $250 million industrial park that is situated on a 100-acre parcel of land between Wheatley Heights and Wyandanch. I stand here today because this open session meeting intended to allow the public to address the board with comments and concerns is being held at 3 p.m. when most of your constituents are at work. So I am here in person on their behalf to ask you to shut this project down. I also speak for the residents in Wyandanch who speak very little English, and also for those who have been misinformed about the true intent of this project. Believe it or not, there are gun-ho residents in Wyandanch who believe that retail stores are going to be built on the land and that the local residents will have first dibs on jobs this project will bring. Little do they know that what's really intended is 9 30-foot-tall industrial buildings with over 300 trucking bays. Little do they know that no one has been clearly transparent about what types of industries will move in and how they may impact our air, our water, our health, our property values, and our overall quality of life. Little do they know that if approved, this project will bring major gridlock to streets that can only handle two-way traffic. During rush hour, emergency vehicles will struggle to reach residents in need, delaying life-saving care. And as congestion builds, frustrated drivers seeking shortcuts will cut through residential streets, endangering our children who are simply riding their bikes or just walking home from school. And the bitter irony of it all is this project could have potentially been shut down if there had been evidence of the endangered long-eared bat living on the land. Imagine that the life of a bat could possibly be given more consideration than the health and safety of our children and our families. I also want to address two statements made last night at the Meet the Candidate session. When a resident asked why this particular site was chosen, in the candidate's response, he stated there had been multiple complaints of dirt bikers riding on the land and that the police had been called several times. I beg for extension. While I understand that dirt bikers were a nuisance, there is not a single resident that would trade dirt bikers riding on that property for a massive 100-acre industrial park. There are other ways for Pine Lawn to abate the nuisance of the dirt bikers. If they had simply maintained the land and properly fenced it in, the problem with the dirt bikers would have never existed. As you know, there are Civil War veterans buried up on the abutting land. and the manner in which their plots have been maintained is a shame and a disgrace. And now a carrot is being dangled that if the park, the industrial park, is approved, the area will be beautified. Why would it take an industrial park to beautify and honor those plots? One other thing, another resident asked whether the project was already underway, citing the presence of a large gate on Little East Neck Road marked with no trespassing signs and a clearing of a dirt road behind it. In the candidate's response, he said a gate had been installed years ago to keep out the dirt bikers. But I have traveled that road for 30 years every day, and I can tell you that a new, huge gate with privacy panels blocking any view of what's going on behind it was installed this past summer, 2025. This has made
Can I ask you to wrap up?
I am.
Your 3 minutes is up.
This is my last statement.
Thank you.
This installation of the gate has made the residents deeply suspicious that the project is already a done deal and that the town officials may be waiting until after the election to approve the rezoning and move forward with the project. And that would be a grave injustice to both communities. We ask again, do not approve this project. Protect our health and protect our community. Thank you.
Thank you. Phyllis Stewart?
Good afternoon,
Good afternoon.
Town Board officials. My name is Phyllis Stewart. I live at 4 Barrington Drive, Wheatley Heights. I've lived there since 1982, and I love where I live. I pray I can continue to love where I live. I'm speaking today on behalf of a neighbor and a concerned resident who lives on Circle Drive. Her name is Pamela Dowdy, and she lives at 27 Circle Drive. Dear Town of Babylon Supervisor Rich Schaefer and members of the Town Board. My name is Pamela Dowdy, and I am a proud resident of 27 Circle Drive in the hamlet of Wheatley Heights, where my family and I have lived for nearly 40 years. I am writing to you to express my deep concern and strong opposition to the proposed project referenced in a recent Newsday article, the Industrial Park project. Despite our community's previous efforts to voice our concerns, it is disheartening to see this project advancing with the Town Board's approval. Wheatley Heights is a diverse and vibrant community of hardworking families who take great pride in maintaining our homes and preserving the character of our neighborhood. Many of us now feel that our community is being unfairly targeted by a development that threatens to disrupt and diminish the quality of life we have worked so hard to protect. My property directly borders the water plant on Circle Drive and will be one of the first homes impacted by the construction of this large-scale industrial project, just 275 feet from my residence. Newsday previously visited my home and documented this proximity during an interview, marking the distance from my property line, a sight that continues to trouble me each time I look into my backyard. The construction and long-term effects of this project will have devastating consequences for our neighborhood. The peace and natural beauty we currently enjoy will be replaced by years of heavy construction noise, constant vibration that could damage our home foundations, significant traffic congestion, increased air pollution, and the ongoing noise associated with industrial operations. Beyond the environmental and structural concerns, the very identity and value of our community are at stake. I urge the town board to reconsider this project and stand with the residents of Wheatley Heights in preserving the character, safety, and integrity of our neighborhood. Our voices represent decades of commitment to this town, and we ask that you give our concerns the same consideration you would if this project were proposed in your own backyard. Thank you for your time and attention to this urgent matter. Sincerely, Pamela Dowdy. And I ask again, gentlemen, ladies on the board, gentlemen, please protect us. Please. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go into the resolutions for today. We have the consensus resolution agenda. Are there any items that need to be removed?
Negative.
Seeing none, I'll take a motion.
I offer the consensus resolution agenda.
Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Consensus resolution agenda is adopted as listed. Resolutions for today, Resolution 703.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 704.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 705.
I offer resolution 705. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 706.
Offer resolution 706. I second.
Would the clerk call the roll?
Councilman Mineta.
Abstain.
Councilman Martinez.
Yes.
Councilman Gregory.
Yes.
Supervisor Schaefer.
Yes, resolutions approved. 3 votes in favor, 1 abstention, 1 absent. Resolution 707.
I offer resolution 707. Second.
All those in favor? Opposed? Resolutions approved. Resolution 708.
I offer resolution 708.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolutions approved. That's it for the resolutions. We'll go to the open portion, and Maddie, you are up.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer, and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matty Bucky's Highland, and I live at 1297 Shore Place in Seaford, and I'm an advocate for people with developmental disabilities. Well, first of all, the main reason why I'm here is because I started working for the town of Hempstead Buildings Department thanks to the Winter Center for Autism, which is in the town of Babylon, on their behalf. So that's really an honor and a pleasure.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. What I am proud to say is that we have came a long way since the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed into law in 1990, and I do thank then Don Claven, and I want to thank John Ferretti, the supervisor, and also to Deputy Supervisor Dorothy Gooseby and my town councilman Dennis Dunn Sr. But I also would like to congratulate Mr. Martinez and Mr. Mineta on re-election, and I know to you, Mr. Schaefer, I wish you best of luck, and so to Mr. Sutherland.
Thank you.
And that very much. Listen, one of the things that's necessary is that we keep moving forward. People are hurting in these difficult times. Make sure that we protect the needy of the needy. It's important not to cut services. Budgets are a good way to go forward. Nobody likes to pay more in taxes, but sometimes it is necessary to fund the programs. For example, like in Virginia, one example I brought up is the DC Metro from East Falls Church to Wheelie Reston from 2014 under then Virginia Governor Terrence R. McAuliffe, and that was expanded to Ashburn, which is in Loudoun County, under now Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin. So that's one thing I'd like to put it. And thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for promising that you would hire people with developmental disabilities. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. I'm just glad you're not running against me, so. I have to add 2 other items for the open portion. One is an item that was dropped off at the town clerk's office that was addressed to the rental board. We'll enter it into the open portion, and if we could refer this to the rental board, it's for a hearing tonight on 928 North Richmond Avenue in Lindenhurst. It's not signed by anybody, but I would ask that it be entered into the record. I know there were a number of communications that I received by email that I've referred over to the rental board. And Anthony Mignon of 886 County Line Road, Amityville. This is submitted, and it's a letter that he wishes to enter into the record today. So we'll do that. I'll take a motion to adjourn from Councilman Mineta, second by Councilman Gregory. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.